So in the last lecture, uh, we were talking about metadata, right? Uh, Please give response.
Yes, sir.
So you were
So,
about to start it
so
from today.
yeah, I know. Well, okay. So before starting it, I want a definition from your side that what do you understand by metadata? Because in the last lecture we have gone through the comparisons between flat file and relational database, and I think this is very much clear to you now. So now today I come to metadata. Okay, in one line, how do you define metadata?
So data containing information about other data it stores.
Right, very good answer. And under response,
Data about data.
So same information of data about other data.
okay, information about data. Right. So actually, what do one more is waiting. Sin more. Okay, let me. Okay. So see, please join immediately when we have started the lecture. We have started today from 10:45, I think. But and the class timetable has also been changed. I think you have been given a new timetable, right?
Yes, sir.
নতুন timetable
Yes,
পাইছে.
sir.
Okay, okay. No problem. So metadata, as just you guys say that it stores information about the other data. Right answer. So metadata is a set of data that defines and keeps information about other data. So मेटाडेटा क्या है जिसमें हम बाकी अलग जो डाटा है उसका इंफॉर्मेशन रखते हैं ठीक है सो व्हाई वी यूज मेटाडेटा इन डाटा वेयरहाउस मेटाडेटा हम डाटा वेयरहाउस में क्यों यूज करते हैं अगेन समवन इज इन let me I think I have met someone as the guest so she will also give the permission to join the class okay so if all have joined then only I'll start let me see total number of participants today we have 33 what is the total strength of the class
Sir, 65.
65 okay so I Joy, can you let them in admit them all if someone is
Okay,
joining
sir.
then please admit them all okay because
Okay, sir.
it disturbs okay so let's start so question is that why metadata is used in data warehouse so there are some reasons first you have seen metadata defines and gives information about the other data. So metadata summarizes necessary information about data which can make finding and work with particular instances of data more accessible. So in short, if I can tell you that metadata helps us to summarize the information about other data. It helps us to find information about other data's instances so that we can easily access them. And for example, say author, data vault, and data science and file search are examples of some basic metadata. Okay, so about the author, how come it to be a metadata? Can anybody explain this? I told you that author is a kind of metadata. So कैसे होगा ये metadata? कोई बता सकते हो आप लोगों में से? Have you got my question? What I am asking? Yes or no?
Sir, can you repeat the question once more?
Okay. Question is that author just told you that author, data build, and data sense, and the file size are some examples of basic document metadata. So how they are treated as metadata? Can you tell me? Explain. I hope you have got my question. Raju, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you got my question?
Hello.
Yeah, I asked you.
Sir,
Have
your
you
voice
got
is
my
very too low, sir.
my voice is okay, low. So is this clear now?
Yes, sir. Now it's coming.
Okay. So question ये है कि author, data build and data sense. So ये सब but ये बताओ author is a metadata. Author can be treated as a metadata, say. Then how? And you have seen that I have defined metadata as that set of data which can define and give information about other data. So I'm giving this question to all of you. You can take a screenshot or you can just note it down that author, data build, and data sense and file search are some examples of some basic metadata. My question is that how? When you will get the recorded versions of the lecture, you'll comment your answer, all of you. Okay. Have you noted down my question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So why we use metadata? Because this is used to direct a query to the most appropriate data source. क्योंकि metadata में बाकी data का information है, बाकी data का instances के बारे में है, तो क्या होगा जब भी आप query करोगे, whenever you raise a query, then it will direct you to the most appropriate data source because it has the information of other data, right? Now look at this figure. You see this? This is data warehouse metadata, data mining tools, data load functions, query tools, application, source system, OLAP tools, extracting tools, transformation tools. All these are connected to what? Data warehouse metadata. Because these are the tools by which we can analyze the data, and we can analyze the data with the help of data warehouse metadata. How? Because metadata will give you the idea about where the other instances of data are and everything related to them. Well, this is one more figure for that. Then we can summarize metadata's definitions like that. What happens? What is metadata then? It will give you more idea about other data. It gives more than the explanation of the semantics and the syntax, and it describes all the pertinent aspect of the data in the data warehouse. Okay, so these three. First point is that metadata will give you more idea about the other data. Second, it will give you more than the explanation of the semantics and the syntax. I'm putting it red, semantic and syntax. Now I want to know from you. I hope you have already got the paper compiler design. Okay, so वहां से आप मुझे बताओगे कि semantic का meaning क्या है और syntax का क्या meaning है. What do you understand by semantic and syntax? And in any programming paper also, I hope you have already got these two terms. So can anybody tell me what do you mean by semantic and what do you mean by syntax?
So syntax means how the code can be written, programming code that can be written.
Okay. Well, I want more responses. What is
Sir, in
semantics?
semantics, no idea, sir.
Semantic, no idea. Okay. Other guys, you also can give your response. You can unmute and you can give the response. Please, very simple question. What do you understand by semantic and what do you understand by syntax? I'm waiting for your response, please.
So the format in which we can write is the syntax.
Okay. Then semantic.
So don't know.
Okay, no problem. Next, Raju. Ankit.
यस सर
सर
अरे सिंपल सा क्या है सिंटेक्स का मतलब क्या है, सिमांटिक का मतलब क्या है? आप लोगों ने जावा किया होगा, सी प्लस प्लस किया होगा, पाइथन पाइथन भी किया होगा। पाइथन तो मैंने सिखाया था शायद आप लोगों को लास्ट, और नहीं आप तो
और नहीं सर
बताओ। हाँ हाँ, सिंटेक्स और सिमांटिक का मीनिंग क्या है? प्लीज।
सर वही है सर कंप्यूटर लैंग्वेज मतलब आपका सिंटेक्स तो वही है जो लैंग्वेज हम लोग यूज करते हैं प्रोग्राम के लिए एंड सिमेंटिक आप बोल सकता है वो स्ट्रक्चर जो सिंटेक्स का जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है उसको सिमेंटिक बोल सकता है।
ओके, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट वन।
सर आपका सिंटेक्स वाला हो गया सर, जो इस फॉर्मेट में लिखा है सर पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज, मतलब और जो सिमेंटिक्स है सर उसका जो मान लो उसमें वर्ड्स है तो उसका मीनिंग क्या निकल रहा है सर एक पर्टिकुलर का, मतलब एक वर्ड बाय वर्ड सेंटेंस में सर।
हाँ, ओके गुड। सो नाउ आई गॉट द आंसर। सिमांटिक का जो मीनिंग आपने बताया बिल्कुल सही है। सिंटैक्स थोड़ा बहुत पार्शियली करेक्ट है। आई कैन से दैट दैट इज द करेक्ट आंसर। ओके, so syntax means what? Have you heard about syntax analysis phase? Syntax analysis. Have you heard that or not in compiler
No, sir.
design?
यस सर वो कंपाइलर डिजाइन है।
नो सर।
What happened?
No, sir.
ये तो कंपाइलर डिजाइन पेपर में सबसे पहले ही आप लोगों को
अरे
मिलता है ना?
ऑटोमेटा
Sir, our compiler design আমি পোৱাই নাছিলো, sir.
Compiler is in line.
Okay. Well, you are missing something. Let me organize one lecture on that separately. Okay, I'll give you an overview on that process. How the different stages of compiling are carried out, right? So मैं एक सेपरेट लेक्चर सिर्फ उन्हीं लोगों के लिए ऑर्गेनाइज करूंगा, जैसे कि शायद आई थिंक जोइटा, राजू हो भी इंटरेस्टेड, दे मे जॉइन। ओके, बिकॉज ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है। अभी तक आपको सारे फेजेस के बारे में आइडिया होना चाहिए था। जैसे कि सिंटैक्स इज रिलेटेड टू कंस्ट्रक्टिंग द पार्स ट्री। ओके, we are trying to create a parse tree with the help of the syntax. If the syntax comes out too, then after that we try to retrieve the meaning. Okay, we try to retrieve the meaning का मतलब सब लोगों को पता है meaning का क्या मतलब है। Okay, so in that meaning, just let me give you an example. Say you type int and you type float, are they same? सिंपल सा एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, क्या सेम है? दोनों में एक जैसा है?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so actually we need to go through every phrases, every particular what I can say latex. Okay, then what would happen? Those meanings will be coming out. So those meanings we need to deal with one phase, that is semantic analysis. Okay, so यहाँ पे मैंने क्या लिखा है? What I have written here, that this metadata gives more information than just the explanation about the semantics and syntax. One case you'll get the syntax, you get the structure, you get the parse tree, and then next step you will get the meaning of all of them. So overall जब दोनों का combination कर लोगे आप लोग, when you will combine board, what would happen? आपके पास structure भी आ गया और आपके पास meaning भी आ गया. So overall, you will get the whole meaning of those data instances. That's what metadata brings to us. Right? Clear? Okay. So this line is very important. Okay, you can note it down. Then what I have written, it describes all the relevant aspect of the data in the data warehouse. Then again, one question will come that relevant to whom, pertinent to whom. The answer will be primarily to the user and also developer and event project team. जो भी metadata आपको describe कर रहा है, ठीक है, वो सिर्फ relevant aspect जो है, वही आपको बता रहा है. Okay, it will just showing you only the relevant aspect of those data instances you are looking at. Okay, you are checking the information of those data and it is showing you only the pertinent aspect. But to whom? To you or the developer or even the whole team of you, right? So these are the information that we can have from metadata. First answer should be that metadata will give information, more information about the other instances of data. Then it will give you more idea than just explaining the semantics and syntax. Okay, then it will give you only the relevant aspect of the data. So ये तीनों point clear है? So I'm moving to the next. I have also told you that lightly and highly summarized data. I hope the metadata is clear to all of you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are actually discussing about the first type of the data warehouse architecture. We name it as the basic data warehouse architecture. वहाँ पे आप लोगों ने देखा, we have seen that sources, operational system, flat files, then we have seen that metadata, then there you will see that summary data, okay, raw data, summary data. And there we, from those summary, we are extracting the useful information through different analytic tools. Now we come to discuss what is this summary data. And in the summary data also, we are classifying it as lightly and highly summarized data. Right. So let's first see the definition. The area of the data warehouse saves all the predefined lightly and highly summarized data generated by the warehouse manager, and the goals of the summarized information to speed up the query performance, and the summarized record is updated continuously as new information is loaded into the warehouse. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे दो वर्ड आ रहा है, lightly and highly summarized data. Can anybody among you explain these two terms, lightly and highly summarized data?
Sir, I guess highly summarized means more being specific than lightly summarized.
Right answer, of course. Can we go for some example for that? I request other guys to participate also. You can give what. এটা example দিব পাৰিবা? Fayaz, you are joining now. It's wrong. Fayaz এতিয়া join কৰিব বিচাৰিছে. Okay. Fayaz, you have joined after I think how many minutes? 44 minutes. What happened? Anyway, so lightly and highly summarized data, as I think Jyoti explained it, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Obviously, highly summarized means we are more specific to some types. Suppose among the sales, you know that in case of data warehouse, this is subject oriented, right? Okay, subject oriented means in a company you have marketing team, you have sales team, like that. So in the sales teams also, if we more specifically deal with some particular period, suppose I'm talking about today's say August. Okay, so January to August. If I'm specifically concerning about this, because I am trying to summarize it highly, or I can say the highly summarizing these facts, right? If I talk about only the sales, then it is a kind of light. So that's where you classify that. Overall, all are summarizing fact, but in one case, we are going more specific regarding that subject. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you. Lightly and highly summarized. Then end user access tool. These are the tools with the help of which we can access the data, means those knowledge that is being stored in that data warehouse. So the principal purpose of a data warehouse is to provide information to the business manager for strategic decision making, and these customers interact with the warehouse using the end client access tool or end user client access tool. But simply आप लोग ये समझ सकते हो कि end user access tools के जरिए हम data warehouse से information extract कर सकते हैं, right? So if we give some examples of such end user access tool, they will be like reporting and query tools, okay, application development tools, executive information system tools, then online and analytical processing tool. This is very important. The first one, reporting and query tool, and the second one, online analytical processing tools, and the third one, the most important one, that is data mining tools. So they will be our end user access tools, and these end user access tools are used to retrieve information from data warehouse. This is the basic structure of data warehouse. I'm showing you the figure again, then you will classify them, you will summarize the idea. So you have seen the different sources, then the data warehouse, and the data warehouse, you have seen that metadata is there. Okay, this is giving information about the other data. Then we are summarizing the data with respect to highly or lightly summarized. Then from those, we are extracting information with the help of end user access tools. And one important such end user access tool is online analytical processing tool, query processing, and then the data mining algorithms, right? So this was the first data warehouse structure or basic data warehouse architecture. So I'm moving to the next one. Okay, ठीक है? तो पहला वाला आर्किटेक्चर हो गया, आई थिंक सबको समझ में आ गया. अब मैं नेक्स्ट में आ रहा हूं. कैन आई मूव?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next one is very important one, that is known as data warehouse architecture with staging area. And this, the questions from this part is being asked repeatedly. Okay, very important for you. So हमने पहला जो आर्किटेक्चर था इसमें देखा, जो बेसिक आर्किटेक्चर था, जो सिंपल आर्किटेक्चर था, हमने देखा कि डाटा डायरेक्टली डिफरेंट सोर्सेस से यहाँ आ रहा है, राइट और रॉन्ग? From different sources we are directly retrieving the data, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
मीडिएटर नहीं है इसके बीच में, ठीक है? आपके सोर्सेस से डाटा वेयरहाउस तक डायरेक्ट डाटा आ रहे हैं, यहाँ पे कुछ और मीडिएटर नहीं है, ओके? And from that data warehouse we are extracting the data. Now we have modified these structures, make it means a better one. बेटर वन क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? क्योंकि यहाँ से डायरेक्ट आपके पास डाटा आ रहे हैं और उस डाटा में से रेलिवेंट डाटा भी हो सकता है, जो रेलिवेंट डाटा नहीं है, जो रिडंडेंट है, वो भी आ सकते हैं, राइट? तो इससे क्या होगा, हमारा डाटा वेयरहाउस में मोस्टली दे विल क्रिएट और दे विल जेनरेट रिडंडेंट डाटा. And that is the disadvantage of this basic data warehouse architecture. There is no such medium for which you can clean this data, those which are being retrieved from different sources. ठीक है, ये बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का एक डिसएडवांटेज है कि यहाँ पे कोई एक चीज नहीं है, कोई ऐसा टूल नहीं है जहाँ से हम डेटा को क्लीन कर पाए, डेटा का प्री प्रोसेस कर पाए और उसके बाद ही हम जो रेलिवेंट डेटा है वही डेटा वेयरहाउस तक लाए. ठीक है? So to remove this disadvantage of the basic data architecture, we have designed, or we have we have modified it into one more data architecture, data warehouse architecture, and that is known as data warehouse architecture with a staging area. Okay. So what I'm writing here, we must clean and process your operational information before putting it into the data warehouse. Right? We can do this programmatically, although data warehouse uses a staging area, a place where data is processed before entering the warehouse. So a question, you may note it down, all of you, that what this does it mean by data staging? Note down earlier. So this question you will also try to answer, although I'm going to explain it now. Okay, this is very important. Right. So first of all, I am going to take the attendance. I think all of you have joined, ना? क्या मैं attendance ले सकता हूँ अभी? Attendance loan है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to take the attendance first. See, I'm downloading the attendance list in front of you so that after this time, if someone else joined, then will not get the attendance. Okay, I have downloaded the recent version. Okay, ठीक है. So मैंने क्या question पूछा? Okay, what do you understand by staging? Okay, staging area simplifies data cleansing and consolidation for operational method coming from multiple source system, especially for enterprise data warehouse where all relevant data of all enterprise is consolidated. So in simple words, I can say that this is the area where we do the data cleansing part. और data cleansing मतलब क्या है, मैं अभी आप लोगों को बता दिया. data cleansing का मतलब ये है कि जो भी डेटा आपके पास आ रहा है, आपने जो सपोज सर्वे करके डाटा कलेक्ट किया, या whatever the methods you are using to collect or gather or create your data set. So all those data may not be relevant for your particular task. So your task in the data preprocessing part is to remove all the irrelevant data, all the redundant data. And you try to bring those data into one single unit. And that whole thing is known as data cleansing. And the main important task that we do while doing the data cleansing part is to remove the noise from the data or remove the outlier from the data. So outlier, what is outlier? I think I have explained it in the last lecture. I'm not going to explain it again. So ये समझ लो कि data cleansing में हम outlier को remove करते हैं, हम noise को remove करते हैं. तो ये चीज हम कहाँ कर रहे हैं? Data staging area, right? So we are doing this part in the staging area of data warehouse. And if this part is available in a data warehouse, then we can say that this data warehouse architecture is more than the basic one. Okay, it has removed that disadvantage of the basic data warehouse architecture. So one more definition. Sometimes this staging area is also known as landing zone. You may note it down. Staging area का और एक नाम है, ठीक है? MCQ क्वेश्चन में आपको मिल सकता है ये क्वेश्चन कि लैंडिंग जोन, राइट? सबने नोट किया? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes even I will also ask you, what do you mean by landing zone? So landing zone is nothing but the staging area. This is an intermediate storage area used for data pre-processing during the ETL process, extract, transform, and load process. We will talk about it. And the data staging area sits between the data source and the data target, which are often data warehouse, data merge, or other data repositories. Let me show you the figure for this. ये diagram दिखाई दे रहा है सबको? Have you seen this diagram clearly? Diagram is visible, na?
Yes, sir. Now it's
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, you have seen that data sources, different data sources are there, and these are the users. See now the data sources are not directly connected to the data warehouse. अब ये जो data sources हैं, पहले जो आपने basic data data warehouse structure में देखा था, आपको मैं फिर से एक बार दिखा देता हूँ. आप एक बार screenshot ले लीजिए. You take a screenshot of the basic data warehouse architecture. So this was the basic architecture. Take a screenshot, please. Now, this is the data warehouse with staging area architecture. So what difference you have seen? Can anybody explain?
so the stacking area is implemented in between the data sources and the data warehouse form to clean the data.
Very good, right answer. Okay, so in the case of data warehouse with staging area architecture, we are not connecting the data sources directly to the data warehouse. Okay, they are being connected to the staging area where we are doing the data cleansing portion, and after the data cleansing part only, we are connecting data warehouse, right? So one more diagram for you. Is the source system, staging area. Okay, then these parts we'll discuss in the next lecture. What is the presentation area? What is the core area? We'll discuss. But look at this. In the data warehouse, first this source system is being connected to the staging area. I'm writing here 1:1. Can anybody tell me what is that? ये 1:1 क्या है? कोई बता सकते हैं यहाँ पे? Yeah.
So 1-to-1 relation.
1-to-1 relation. Well, what is 1-to-1 relation then? One-to-one relation क्या है? Okay, it is your class is up to 11:20, na? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I think I need to terminate the lecture for today. Anyway, today we have discussed some important facts. And one-to-one means what? This type of mapping actually. You see, this data are being one-to-one mapped with the staging area location. Means this part will be first cleansed, then this will be forwarded to that next part, that is core area, right? So this is one-to-one mapping. Okay, so we'll again start with this part in the next lecture. I hope whatever the topics today we have discussed, okay, they are clear to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And whatever the question that I have asked in this today's lecture, I think you have noted down. That question was that author, data, bulk, and data science, these file size, these are some examples of basic metadata document. So you will tell me through comment after you will get the recorded video that how they becomes metadata. आप लोग मुझे बताओगे कि ऑथर कैसे मेटाडेटा है, ठीक है? आप कमेंट करोगे, सबका रेस्पॉन्स मैं देखूंगा. I want the responses from all of you. So with this, I'm going to terminate the lecture. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.